captain by a hook with a red beard. Captain by a hook with a red beard.
Yes, sir. This the bubble right there. How the hell we doing today? First and foremost, happy birthday to my mother, to my mama. Talk about your own mama. Anyway, beautiful day today. It is Tuesday, the 12th of November. Finalists for the MLB Awards have been announced. Briefly go over them, but let's be honest. I mean, these awards have been wrapped up since September. Really no what's the word? Drama. Pretty much know what the hell gonna happen. Looking at Judge, looking at Otani. We will talk though. Some other finalists, Cy Young's even I think Burns, Sale. But we will go over it. We will talk about it. MLB Awards. The Cleveland Cavaliers reached 12-0 to start the season this year. Give them a round of applause. I mean, shout out to the Cleveland Cavaliers. 12-0. First team to reach 12-0 since the 2015-16 Warriors. We all know what happened that year. The LeBronathon 3-1 comeback, 73-9 don't mean a thing without that ring. Now I have no, how do I say this? I don't believe 1 second that the Cavaliers are going to even come close to that 73-9 mark, but definitely looking at a 60-win team, and I'm excited, man. New era in Cleveland basketball. Donovan Mitchell, one of the underrated superstars of the league. Speaking of, and I don't want to say overrated. Donovan Mitchell's underhyped, overhyped. Media controls these narratives. The media loves this kid, SGA, Shea Gildress Alexander. He has his career high last night, 45 points in the victory. He said Chet Ogram's out for 8 to 10 weeks. Hold my beer. Goes for his career high. Man, Monday Night Football Dolphins outlast the Rams. I'm going to say this real quick. I listen to a lot, probably too much, sports content, gambling content. I heard about 3 people yesterday throughout the day on the radio, on the TV, at your mama house, talking about Rams finna turkey dog whoop these Dolphins, finna blow them out the water. Quote unquote, I don't even think it's gonna be close. Quote unquote, they got Cup and Pakua back. Well, you're right about one thing. Cooper Cup and Koopa Pakua was on the field last night. Um, and it really wasn't close. It looks close because of the final score, but Dolphins manhandled the Rams. Matthew Stafford played so poorly. I tweeted out he must have the Dolphins money line on Bovada. Doo. But anyway, it's Tuesday, baby. The first rendition of college basketball's power rankings. The Red Beards top 10 coming at you later in the show. Preview tonight's games. I got 4 bets for you on the collegiate hardwood. And yeah, we'll talk some things that happened last night and college hoops, as well as the MLB Awards. This is Captain by a hook, baby, with the red beard. I am Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dobbs, going live for you here on this beautiful Tuesday, the 12th day of November, year 2024. 2024 is almost over, and it's uppercutting me, clotheslining me, putting me in a headlock, and giving me the noogie woogie woogies. I cannot believe 2024 is almost over. Man, feels like just yesterday it was 2019. Time flies when you're having fun. At least that is what they say. Let's jump into these MLB awards quickly. Where they at? Where they at? And get the. All right. Start off with the MVP. Like I said, this is the easiest one to call since 911. Everybody knows the number. Aaron Judge, 100% getting the MVP. They're trying to say that Juan Soto is the favorite. You can't do it. 288, 41 home runs, 7 stolen bases for Juan Soto. OPS 989. I mean, if Aaron Judge isn't here, definitely MVP goes to Juan Soto. Bobby Witt Jr., he'll get a few in a few years. This year, not his year. Aaron Judge, man, is going to run away with this. We all know it. He knows it. I'm sure he'd rather have a ring than another MVP, but he's getting another MVP and he ain't got a ring. That's right, Yankees. You lost. Speaking of somebody who won a ring, Shohei Ohtani, clear-cut favorite to win the NL MVP. 310 average on the season, 54 bombs, 59 stolen bases, as you've heard all season, the overhypeness of the 50-50 season. But man, just the 54 home runs alone is enough to give it to him. And then his OPS is 1.036. I haven't seen an OPS over 1 in a while. Other finalists in this award, again, Bobby Witt Jr., Juan Soto, and then in the NL side, Francisco Lindor, my guy. He's a valuable player. Don't know about the most valuable player, but man, he was a huge, huge part of that Mets second half run to the NLCS. And then Ketel Marte, second baseman for the Diamondbacks. I don't know. I'd have to look at his stats, but you don't make the playoffs. I don't think you should be in this conversation. You got to be a valuable. Can't just be a player. Looking at some other awards here. Cy Young for the NL National League Cy Young. Chris Sale. Shout out to my guy, one of my favorite pitchers of all time. Man, I love this guy. If you don't know Chris Sale's story, go look it up. The kid played in the White Sox, just losing. Finally, he was fed up one day. They gave him a throwback jersey to wear. He cut it up. He said, y'all was more worried about the jerseys than winning. They traded him soon after, but I've never felt a White Sox player more in that moment as a fan than I did there. But Chris Sale bouncing biggity back after his injuries the last few seasons, having an amazing 2024. I know a lot of people didn't see it coming. A lot of people wrote this guy off. That's another reason why I love him. 2.38 ERA, 1.01 whip, 225 strikeouts in 177.2 innings to only 39 runners walked. Give him the Cy Young. Zach Wheeler, strong case to be in this conversation with him. And Paul Skeens, the rookie phenom from LSU. I don't think he should be in the Cy Young conversation. Definitely should be in the something, but not this. You can't do it. Again, apologize for the video. Audio should work clearly through the entire video. Video going in and out here, getting chopping and screwing, baby. AL Cy Young, Tariq Skubal, the favorite, 2.39 ERA, 0.92 WHIP, 192 innings, 228 Ks, 35 batters walked. I mean, this guy literally carried the Detroit Tigers to the playoffs. If that don't deserve award, I don't know what will. Seth Lugo for the Kansas City Royals. You can't do it. He had an above average year at best. Not definitely shouldn't be in this Cy Young conversation. But hey, who the hell else you gonna put there? Emmanuel Classier, the closer for the Guardians. I am against. I am 1,000% against a closer winning the Cy Young Award. Y'all need to make a new award if y'all want to start giving closers awards. I know the last three outs are the hardest outs in baseball, but hot ham, you only need to get three. Starters, they get thrown out there for, back in my day, 6, 7 innings. Now they get thrown out there for 3, 4 innings. Damn disgrace to the game. But that's a different story. But anybody that goes out there and gets 12, 15, 18 outs, definitely more valuable than the guy that gets the last three. Although again, the last three outs are the hardest. Um, Manager of the year in the National League, Pat Murphy, Mike Shit, and Carlos Mendoza. Mendoza for the Metropolitans. Shit. Shit. I'm probably messing his name up. But Mike Shit for the San Diego Padres, the fathers of San Diego. And Pat Murphy, Milwaukee Brewers. I'm going to be honest. I'm a homer here. Definitely a Metropolitans fan. Carlos Mendoza should win this award if you ask me. Brewers had an excellent season. Can't take anything from them, but I don't think it was anything special about it. And then the Padres, I mean, you could argue. It's funny because the argument I was about to make for the Mets, you can make for the Padres. One of the hottest teams in the second half of the season. Um, and that's what you want to see from a manager. In season adjustments. Can you get the guys going when they're down and out? And it seems like there's no hope. Why are we even lacing up our cleats? We're 16 games back. If you can get your guys motivated at that time, you deserve to be here. So give it to Mike Schlitt or Carlos Mendoza. That'll be my tip of the hat. AL Manager of the Year, Stephen Vogt, Cleveland Cavaliers. You cannot argue with that. AJ Hinch, Detroit Tigers. Matt Quatraro for the Kansas City Royals. Now, this is funny, interesting. All three of the AL Manager of the Year awards are from the AL Central, which last season was the absolute worst division I've ever seen in baseball history. This season, a lot of these teams bounce back. We saw all three of these teams go from one of the worst teams last season, besides the Guardians. They were respectable last season, but they end up all three making the playoffs today. So I don't know. I mean, Guardians had a hell of a year. All three of these teams, Tigers and Royals, had a hell of a year. Hats off to whoever wins that one. Uh, Run through the rest of these real quickly. Well, I guess we only got one left. Rookie of the Year for the NL, Paul Skeens. You gotta give it to the kid. This is the award he gets this year. I can't believe he's in the Cy Young conversation, but the fact that he is in the Cy Young conversation means he deserves the Rookie of the Year award, in my opinion. Jackson Merrill for the Padres, center fielder, and then Jackson Chourio for the Brewers, also in the conversation. But Paul Skeens, I mean, true rookie. And for those who don't know what that means, like true bleeping rookie. Last season, the kid won a championship in college. Now he's one of the most dominant players in the big leagues. You just don't see that often. Usually, guys go through at least 10 to 18 months of minor leagues before seeing the big leagues. But Paul Skeens and the big league mustache made it. AL Rookie of the Year, Colton Cowser for the Baltimore Orioles. Among the favorites, 242 batting average, 24 homers, 7.68 OPS. You also got Austin Wells in there, who made a lot of noise for the New York Yankees. Yes, the team that lost the World Series. Man, I hate the Yankees. Love it, man, when y'all lose. Luis Gil, also for the Yankees, starting pitcher. he had a hell of a first half of the season. I'll give him that. But man, he fell apart like a good brisket. The second half of the season, didn't do jack squat in the playoffs. Man, give it to Wells or Cowles. Or if you don't have any skin in this, it's kind of late to jump in it. Um, of course, if you listen to the show, I had Mike Trout ticket for MVP. We all know how that went. Uh, the greatest 6 weeks of baseball you've ever seen from a player, and I'm just whooping it up, knowing that around Thanksgiving I'm a win, and then the kid does what the kid does, gets injured and misses the rest of the season. Shout out to Mike Trout, man. Let's move on, baby. That took a little longer than I thought. Who cares about what happened yesterday? Let's jump into these college basketball power rankings right here on Captain by a Hook. This is the Red Beards top 10 in college basketball. The first rendition of the 2024-2025 season. It's Captain by a Hook, baby. And I know this is where the juice gets bubbling, baby. Number one, the number one team in the nation, according to this guy, UConn, baby. I don't give a damn. Say what you want to say. They haven't played nobody yet. I'll put it to you like this. Back to back champions. Roster looks better than those two teams. Oh, and I'll give it to you like this. They haven't played anybody. They've been 30-plus point favorites in both of their games, and they've covered in both of their games. Good teams win. Great teams cover. Give me UConn at number one until they get knocked out. Kentucky, baby. Huge matchup tonight for Kentucky taking on Duke. This will show me a lot. But man, give me Kentucky at number two. That offense of efficiency is off the charts. Mark Pope has plays I've never seen before, and they are resulting in wide open buckets. Love what I see from Kentucky. Veteran leadership at the top of the mountain. Beautiful, beautiful cohesion of transfers. It's probably not the right word, but you get it. Kentucky, man, in my opinion, second best team in the nation. At number three, it's hard not to do it. Kansas, man, this lineup and what they've done. You go up 20 against North Carolina, you let them come back, and then you show the resiliency to then come back to the comeback. You end up pulling that game out against North Carolina at home, crowd going nuts. I love this lineup. This lineup has 7 players that could be starting, and usually that's a problem. You see what's happening in Auburn. However, Bill Self, my opinion, best coach in the league. I guess Dan Hurley's starting to knock on that door, huh? As the best coach in the league. But Kansas at number 3. And then at number 4, the team I just mentioned, Bruce Pearl said that's Auburn being Auburn. Auburn to have a brawl on the plane on the way to Houston. Leave 2 players behind after they land and retake off. And then go into Houston and win. I mean, that's impressive. Auburn, number 4 team in the nation. The Blue Devils, Duke, freshman phenom Cooper Flagg, they get their first true test tonight. I tell you what, I would pay good money to watch this game. Paying for cable. I guess that's good money. Not Kansas. Duke taking on Kentucky. Excuse me. This will be a huge game. I cannot wait for this game. I'm literally shaking right now thinking about this game. True fanatic over here. Duke at number 5. They're the 5th best team in the nation. I like what I've seen from them so far. Handling business. This one's a little tricky. This one is a little tricky. They only beat Arizona State by 8. I don't know, man. But they beat Baylor by 50. Right. 2 great teams. Gonzaga's played 2 respectable teams and handled business in both of them. Gonzaga, that's the number 6 best team in the nation right now. Houston Had him in the top five, dropped him after the loss to Auburn. Couldn't drop him too far. Give me Houston as the number 7 team in the nation. You heard what Kelvin Sampson said. This is why we schedule the games. I'm glad we lost to Auburn because it shows us what we need in come March. Why wait till March to play Auburn? Let's play them now and get it out the damn way. But I love that. Great teaching moment. He took that loss with grace. That's how you take a loss. He hats off to the Auburn program. He said that's why we schedule these games early to really put us up against the best, see where we land. Iron sharpens iron, baby. Houston, number 7 team in the nation at number 8. And this one is a little shaky. This will probably be the last time you hear me talk about this team in the top 10. Iowa State, baby, at number 8. Still kind of giving them respect off of last season, even last night. I mean, they were 30-point favorites. I think they only won by like, and this is when you know you're getting eh, won by 26. So Iowa State, baby, uh, number 8 team in the nation. At number 9, they just beat McNeese to go 3-0. Give me Alabama. Alabama, baby, the number 9 team on my top 10 list. 3-0 to start the season. Number 2 team in the nation. I got them at number 9. I do like this Alabama team a very, very lot. Elite 8 tier for sure. If you watch the show, I do tiers. Anyway, Arizona is going to be my number 10 team. Haven't really shown much, but on paper and what they have shown, love, love, love what I see from Arizona. Put them in that last spot on the top 10. Honorable mentions. Can't forget about Rutgers, even though they didn't cover last night. Horrible first half. Um, they allowed 42 points in the first half, only 23 in the second half, which shows me they came out BSing, thinking they was about to just run away with it. 15-point favorites win by 10 after being down 5 at the half. I mean, just play the damn game. If they came out the whole game like the second half, they would have won by 50, but F them. Rutgers, Ohio State, Texas A&M, Florida. A lot of teams I like this year, man. And again, it's early. That's why there's a lot of teams I like. Still kind of litmus testing a lot of these teams, figuring out where the hell they land. It's going to be a fun year. Period. The madness is real. Let the madness begin. And it's only November. Let's look ahead, baby. Some great games tonight. I mean, tonight is the night. This is the first Super Tuesday of the season. Last week, of course, we had the election, a little light slate on Tuesday, last Tuesday. But this week, first Super Tuesday of the season. I'm geeked. I am geeked. Oh, man. Do you remember? Man, I keep seeing the date and it keeps uppercutting me. November 12th, huh? Huh? Real quick, I'm gonna run through this preview. Probably not. I always say that, and then I end up doing an 11-minute damn preview. Villanova minus 2.5 on the road at St. Joseph's. You can't do it. If you just need some action at 4 o'clock, St. Joseph's on the money line plus 118. I mean, maybe you take the plus 2.5 just in case of some buzzer beater situation. But I think Villanova is literally holding on by a fingernail on the pinky finger. I was about to say the baby toe. Saint Joseph's put the nail in the damn coffin. Villanova, they need a wake up call. They need to figure some out. Since Jay Wright left, just been absolute mayhem, madness. St. Joseph's would be my bet there. I'm not taking it. Providence 22.5. You can't do it. Oh, they're playing Hampton though. I don't see why not. This is a fun one. Nobody's gonna talk about this game today. Nobody's gonna watch this game today. But the true sickos out there are gonna have an eye on Central Florida and Florida Atlantic. It's just one of those fun matchups. Two small programs that can play with the big dogs. Central Florida -5.5 at home. I also love interstate colleges playing each other. Central Florida, Florida Atlantic, two Florida teams. You get the picture. Georgia, they're taking on North Florida. Georgia hasn't shown me much yet, but the potential on paper gives me hope. I'm gonna have my eye on this game. They're 11.5 point favorites. I feel like they should cover that. But there's more games that I'd rather bet. But Georgia minus the 11.5, strong lean there. Excuse me, had to wet the whistle. Had to wet the whistle. Yeah, man. Super Bleeping Tuesday, baby. Super Bleeping Tuesday. This is a fun one. Damon Stoudemire, second year at Georgia Tech. One of my favorite coaches on the come up. Georgia Tech, historically, one of my favorite programs. These are the kind of programs I like to root for. If you know me, I got the Syracuse shirt on. It's like those programs that every 10 years they get an NBA type player and they ball out, but usually they trash. Georgia Tech, -16.5 taking on Texas Southern. TSU from Third Ward, going hard. H-Town, baby, as the locals say. Georgia Tech, though, -16.5. I want to see if they can cover this. Not going to bet it, though. I mean, this is a huge number for a Georgia Tech team that ultimately, I mean, yeah, I don't know what to say without being too mean, but shout out to them. Texas, 28-point favorites against Chicago State. I need to see that killer instinct. Same thing with Ole Miss. See if they got that killer instinct tonight. You're 17.5 point favorites against a South Alabama team. You should win this game by 30. I gave out Ole Miss to win the SEC at 32-1. In the new poll that came out yesterday, they're number 25 in the top 25. Chris Beard, we're giving it to you. The media is giving you the hype. You got to deliver. Ole Miss -17.5. I like it. I love it. Not taking it though. Iowa -22.5. See what Fran McCaffrey has cooked up this season. Total is 173. I mean, I think they just see Iowa's name and just put the biggest number they can think of. Sportsbooks, that is. But man, this team's offense is electric. Is electric. Hold on. Is Stanford. I'm gonna tell you this: in the first week of college basketball, Stanford is the one team that has I can't think of the word, surprised me. I've been expecting them to get that ass whooped every game, and they just keep on winning, keep on covering. Northern Arizona, how could you not? But I can't do it. I just don't believe in the Stanford team. Waiting for them to fall off a cliff. -17.5 taking on Northern Arizona. And in Oregon, late game, 10 o'clock tip off. Oregon taking on Portland. Oregon, good teams win, great teams cover. Oregon has been good this season. Man, it's a beautiful night of hoops, baby. Let's jump into these bets, baby. This captain by a hook with the red beard. Got 4 bets for you tonight on the Collegiate Hardwood. You see the shirt. You know what it is. Colgate taking on Syracuse. Syracuse hadn't played a game in 8 days. Concerns me. Syracuse looked like hot dog water and peanut butter juice in that game last Monday. Tonight they're taking on a good team in Colgate. Syracuse sitting at 11.5 point favorites against Colgate. If you want to side on this one, take Colgate plus the 11 and a hook. What am I betting in this game? I am betting a horrible defense and a fast-paced offense. Both of these teams get to 80 tonight. Give me the over 153 in the hook. A little high for my liking as far as totals go, but I think it's pretty low as far as this game goes. I think we're looking at an 86-80 type of game. This thing gets into the 160s. Give me over 153 and the hook on Colgate and Syracuse. First total of the year. Got to get back on them, man. I was killing totals last season. I just be getting so caught up in handicapping the sides. Forget about the total sometimes. So we're taking over 153 in the hook on Colgate and Syracuse. 5:30 game. Early bird special, baby. Number 1 team in the nation, Kansas, taking on Michigan State. I'm giving this bet out. This is the first time I'm doing this. I'm giving a bet out that I'm not taking. Kansas, -6.5. I believe they win this game by double digits. Neutral site game. They're taking on my Michigan State Spartans. That's why I cannot bet it. Because I want to be whooping and whopping and hollering for this Michigan State Spartans team tonight. First big game of the season. I don't see it being close, man. 12 plus. Kansas finna walk the dog with them. But Michigan State, man, my team. So Kansas -6.5. Go get your money, little duffel bag boy. I'm gonna wish I bet it when the game's over with. But I enjoy. I've been looking forward to this game for months since they announced it. So I just want to root for Michigan State as a fan. I don't want to even think about a bet I have or anything. So Kansas -6.5, and then this is a fun one. One of my favorite bets of the night. Baylor. We saw what happened against Gonzaga. Lose by 50. They come back. Uh, beat Arkansas by 5 or 6, I believe. And now they're taking on, finally, they can take a deep breath and just go out there and beat somebody by 30. You got Baylor -15.5 against Sam Houston State. I think the Gonzaga game was the wake-up call. I don't see this team, this is a veteran team. I don't see them coming out lackadaisical just because it's Sam Houston State. They came out lackadaisical against Gonzaga and got ran out the gym. So I think the effort's going to be there from the tip. Give me 15.5 on Baylor at home, taking on Sam Houston State. I think this will be close throughout the first half, but boom, shakalaka. Baylor will run away with it in the end. Those are my 3 bets. Now, for the best bet of the day, my man Franklin Earl, Beardwinaton. I need somebody, anybody, hit me with the horns. Franklin Earl, Beardwinaton. You got Duke taking on Kentucky. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful game to end the night tonight for me, at least. There's games after this, but I'm not staying up till 3 in the damn morning. Kentucky taking on Duke. Kentucky, probably the most underrated team this season. Number 19 in the country. I just told you they're number 2 in the country. Give me Kentucky plus the 6.5. I'll also be on the money line plus 215. Neutral site game. Give me Kentucky plus the 6.5 as the best bet of the day. I took this thing Sunday at 7.5. Still like it at 6.5. Again, I like Kentucky outright here in this game. Veteran team. I think when it matters most, they'll just get that edge up on Duke. A lot of youngsters for Duke. This will be a great test for Cooper Flag. see where he really sits in this league. Great player. Probably will show out, but this is going to be his first real test of the season. Give me Kentucky plus the 6.5 as the best bet of the day. Just to recap real quick, over 153.5 for Colgate, Syracuse, Kansas minus 6.5 taking on Michigan State, and my Spartans, Baylor minus the 15 and the hook against Sam Houston State, and then Franklin Earl, Beardwinaton's best bet of the day is Kentucky plus 6.5. Syracuse Colgate over. Kansas minus the points. Baylor minus the points. Kentucky plus the points. This is Captain by a hook with the red beard. I'm Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dobbs. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the love. And thank you for the support. Beautiful Tuesday. Super Tuesday, the 12th day of November. Once again, happy birthday to my mother. Thank you for listening. All that BS. Take all these wagers at your own risk. And please, please gamble responsibly.